Driving on hills can be tricky at first. It's where the most learners stall or roll back. Hi there, it's Ed here and welcome to Ray Driving Theory channel, where we help you go from beginner to a confident driver step by step. In this lesson, I'll show you exactly how to stay in control, whether you're going up or downhill. And we will look into the most scary part, hill starts. And by the way, if you're new to driving, the Ray Driving Theory app makes learning so much easier. It breaks down every part of the process from your first mock test to the day you pass. The download link is in the description below. All right, let's dive in and master those hill starts once and for all. Let's start with the basics. What actually happens when your car is on a hill? On an uphill slope, gravity tries to pull the car backwards. On a downhill, it tries to push it forwards. That's why clutch control and the handbrake are so important. They stop the car from rolling. During your driving test, examiners want to see that you can keep full control. That means no rollbacks, no panic, and smooth movement when starting off. When you're going uphill, you need power, but not too much. Before the hill, pick the right gear, usually second for smaller inclines or gear 1 for steep ones. Keep a little gas, just enough to stop the car from slowing too much, but avoid over-ramming. As the hill gets steeper, balance the clutch and gas. This gives smooth power and stops the car from struggling. So, let me show you how to drive uphill. It's quite simple. The key factor here is we need to have enough power to go uphill, and we need to prepare before the hill. So the hill what we're going to be doing now is the steepest hill in Liverpool, which is the road on the left. So I will do my mirror checks, I will signal, touch my brake, clutch down, I will prepare my gear 1, because if we have a look, that hill is very steep. I'm going to bring my clutch up before the hill, squeeze my gas a little bit, and off I go. So now important is that I don't change the gears here, because otherwise the car's not going to have enough power to go uphill. So I keep myself going in a gear 1. Nicely going to go around the bends, keep myself on the gas. There's someone coming here towards me. Brilliant. Just going to go around them. And that's pretty much it. So we need to think about the power. Depending on how steep the hill is the gear choice what we need to make. So with this one, I decided to use gear 1 because it's very steep. If the hill would be a little bit easier, then we could go with the gear 2. And as well, if we're changing gears on the hill, we need to change gears a little bit later. Like I did now, I actually got up to 3000 revs. So I have enough power to carry on my movements. Because if I'm gonna lose momentum on a gear change, I will more likely stall. And then we're gonna be in a tricky situation where we need to do quite extreme hill start. Now, part everyone worries about the most, the hill starts. Let's break it down step by step. But I will talk you through this one now, how to do it with a car with a manual parking brake, as I will show you demonstrations how to do it with my car, because I have electronic parking brake, which makes it a bit easier. So, handbrake on, set the gas. I would say around 1002 to 1500 RPMs, depending on the vehicle. Slowly lift the clutch until you feel the biting point. That's the moment the car wants to move forward. Hold your feet steady for a second, and this is very important. Keep your feet on the biting point for a second. When you're ready, check around, release the handbrake, and the car should move slowly without rolling back. But if it does roll back, press the clutch down, touch the brake, reapply the handbrake again, and restart it again. There's no stress and no rush. Everyone stalls sometimes. It's not a failure, it's a practice. So any learner on the lesson now would be thinking, oh my God, what I have to deal with now. So end of the road, I will be turning left. So I'm gonna check my mirrors. The junction is quite closed. That's what we learned on the previous lessons. So I'm gonna have to do a nice little stop at the end of the road. So brake, clutch, gear 1 nicely, and now I can see it. So I stop fully, auto hold. I can come off my brake because that's my auto hold system. Each car could be a little bit different. Now it's important to get the biting point. I got the biting point, auto hold has disappeared. I keep it on the bite. I'm not adding any revs yet. I creep forwards and little gas. And that's it. The most important skill is to be able to find the biting point when you're dealing with hill starts. And I will show you later on how you can practice your biting point. Just not even dealing with a hill. But the key factor and key skill is we need to feel where the biting point is. We need to feel the vehicle, and we don't need to stress out, rush anything. Nice and slowly get the biting point, hold the biting point, give yourself enough time, don't take any pressure from other people behind you, and you will be absolutely fine dealing with this task. So I will try to give myself a little challenge in a minute. So I will be only able to do it if there's going to be no cars behind me. So I will stop on the steepest hill we have here in Liverpool, and I will do a hill start from there. I hope you can see how steep this hill is, and as there's nobody behind me, I'm going to do a quick stop. Here we go, Ed. A challenge for you. So as my auto hold, I can let go of the brake. I don't need to think about it. Now, the most important is I need to get my biting point. If I'm going to get the biting point wrong, too low, I will roll back. If it's going to be too high, I will stall. So I need to be bang on. I'm not using any gas. I'm not setting the gas down. Just don't like that approach. But I'm going to get my biting point. That's it. And auto hold has now gone. My car's not going anywhere. Now it's slowly creeping forward. Little gas, a little bit more clutch, and off we go. And gear 2, and I'm going to stall because I changed the gear 2 wrong. So when we're dealing with the hills like this, it's important to keep yourself to the gear and have that power we need. And again, nice biting point, little gas, and off we go. And I'm going to keep myself in gear 1 and carry on. So that's a mistake what we need to avoid. We can't change gears when going up a steep hill. We need to have enough power. So let's say if I go into gear 2 now, I think I should be able to deal with the next hill with the momentum I have created and with enough of gas in a good time. Now it's better. So gear changes and changing the gears on the hills as well is very important part, and the timing of it. So you need to assess it by how steep the hill is. If you're going to rev it out a little bit longer, it's not going to cause you any issues. By the way, if you're practicing for your theory test, here's something new. The Ray Driving Theory app now includes a pass guarantee. Complete the program, finish all the practice tests, take your official exam within 45 days, and if you don't pass, you'll get your money back. It's that simple. Download it using the link in the description. If you're learning to drive in the UK, hit that subscribe button. We've got new lessons and tips every week. Now, let's talk about going downhill. The golden rule: let the engine do the most of the work. Use a low gear, first or second, to control your speed. This is called engine braking. It stops the car from speeding up too much without wearing out your brakes or overheating your brakes. Use a gentle, steady braking if you need to slow down more. No harsh braking. So going downhill, the important thing is we need to use lowest gear possible. Obviously, again, depending on the hill. So this hill is quite steep. So I have the most engine braking. I will use my gear 1. So I'm turning left and I will start going downhill. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get my gear 1. I will have my clutch up. So when the clutch is all the way up, now the engine braking is actually engaged. And if I let go of my pedals, the car keeps about 8 miles an hour and we're slowly going downhill. And when we need a little bit more of power of slowing down, we just gently assist with the brake. And now when my clutch is all the way up, engine's doing the majority of work. There's not going to be big effect going down a little hill. I'm going to overheat my brakes or damage the brakes. But if you're going downhill for a longer period of time, that's going to damage our brakes, overheat, and more likely damage them. So again, I'm going down this steep hill, off the gas, off the clutch, little bit on the brake, and I'm nicely towards then going to go clutch down and use the braking power because I need to give way at this junction. Hopefully the car doesn't scare me with the parking sensors there. So that's how we go downhill correctly. So if the hill is not as steep as this one and let's say we're going down for a longer period of time, gear 2, gear 3, low gear as possible, and we gently assist with the brake so we're not putting too much stress on our brake discs and brake pads. Here are a few quick tips to make hill driving easier. Practice clutch control on a flat ground first. That helps you find the biting point quicker. Use the handbrake if you're nervous. It gives you time to think. When stopping on a hill, always keep your feet on the brake before applying the handbrake. That keeps the car secured. And if you're driving automatic, it's easy. Just hold the brake pedal until you're ready to go. When you're ready, off the gas, touch the gas, and off you go. So before you get yourself to the hills and actually deal with the hill, it's a good idea to practice the hill start on a flat surface, on a level ground. Like I mentioned before, the key factor is the biting point. That's what's gonna help you. So do a little short practices on the level ground with clutch down, gear 1, make sure it's all safe around you. I'm not gonna touch my gas, and I just try to work my biting point. Oh, that's where my biting point is. So the moment we can feel where the biting point is, we know how much we're gonna have to lift it up when we're on the hill. On the hill start, we might need that biting point just a little tiny fraction higher up. And do little stop-start practices with the clutch. Feel when that clutch is working. You could even try to do it with the brake. So keep your brake down, get the biting point. You feel that the car is just about to struggle. Let go of that brake and off you go. And I repeat it multiple times till you're comfortable. If your car has manual parking brake, you could do exactly the same thing. Parking brake, biting point, off, and off you go. So repeat this as many times as you need till you start to feel yourself comfortable and confident, and then go and challenge yourself. Try a hill start. Don't worry about it. Don't stress out about it. Keep yourself nice and calm. Take your time with it, and you're gonna be fine. We all make mistakes. We all stall. We all roll back sometimes. It's just about practice. So the more you're gonna do it, the better you're gonna get at it. Hills don't have to be stressful. They just take a bit of technique and patience. Once you learn how to balance power and control, you'll handle every hill start with confidence. Keep practicing, keep learning, and don't forget to use the Ray Driving Theory app to track your progress and boost your confidence. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next lesson.